Tennessee Titans fans, what a week. Head coach Brian Callahan has been fired, and Pat McAfee, along with Dano, are here to talk about it. I think they were live when the news broke. And so let's see what the conversation is in the national media about Brian Callahan.
I mean, it's a fair point. I understand all that.
Holy shit!
Breaking?
Bro, Dan's right in the middle of talking about something, and Pat just totally goes off.
Adam Schefter told us in the last hour, I don't forecast any coaches getting fired anytime in the near future, but there's a chance that I get off this call and I get a text and somebody's been fired. They have.
We can guess it.
Callahan fired. Tennessee Titans.
You didn't guess it.
Can't we? We would like to say, Coach Callahan, obviously following Mike Vrabel down there in Nashville, from what I've learned about the people of Nashville and how they felt about Mike Vrabel, not only the coach, but the human he was and how connected he was to the community, and obviously the unceremonious exit that he had from the Tennessee Titans, and then also being able.
So it's complicated. It's complicated because this week of all weeks, because Vrabel's coming to town this Sunday, everybody's talking about, because of firing Brian Callahan, Vrabel's coming to town this weekend. It's just bringing to light the dysfunction of the Tennessee Titans organization. And everybody's talking about the fact, like, they fired Vrabel for this guy, and then they fired this guy, and now Vrabel's coming to town this Sunday. I get it. Like, of course you're going to talk about that. I just think, like, the last 2 years of Vrabel's Titans were awful. Like, they had a 7-game losing streak to let a Jacksonville team that was like 5 games behind them in the division come back and win the division. Miserable season, Vrabel's last season. Like, the Titans' last 2 years of Vrabel were not good. And maybe Amy was a little hasty in firing Vrabel, but there were a lot of people in Nashville and beyond who understood that firing at the time. They understood the Titans did not look good. So I don't know. Obviously, it's hard to stand on that foot of, well, Vrabel wasn't doing a good job. When you follow it up with what we've seen with Callahan, it all kind of goes out the door, right? Like, it's hard to even sit here and talk about Vrabel and what he was or wasn't good at when you followed it up with what you followed it up with.
Earn the number 1 seed for the Tennessee Titans in the AFC when I had like 100 guys on the IR. Like, Vrabel was, I think, beloved by Titans fans. I think there wasn't a lot of positive. I think Vrabel was certainly one of them in the community.
See, I don't remember him being very beloved by Titans fans. Maybe I was only seeing a certain portion of Titans fans, but I don't know if he was very beloved the last couple of years.
So whenever he's just kind of kicked to the curb, and then Callahan's brought in, and it goes the way it goes, and then Ryan, obviously, and it goes the way it goes. I think this guy was swimming upstream a lot, okay? And obviously it didn't work out. And the way he handled, I think, in like kind of represented the Titans, I don't think a lot of people in the community were like, we just went from Vrabel to this guy getting into a Paul Kowarski every day. So not that
they love shouting out Paul on this show. I don't know if I'm okay with that narrative that he was swimming upstream and the poor guy. He didn't do a good job. Nobody did it to him. Like, it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. It's one of the worst products on a football field I've ever seen, and nobody did it to him. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever.
Vrabel didn't get into it with Paul Kowarski, but Vrabel also put the pads on, punch people, won games, and everything like that. So I think this was kind of is the fit still a thing that is obtainable? And then also, how's the product on the field? They've been not fun to watch. Like Cam Ward, fun to watch. He's been miserable. This might help him out, actually. This might make his life a lot better, even though it has to certainly suck. First firing of the NFL season, Dano, you thought it was going to be maybe Miami? Is that what you thought?
I'm not giving away what I thought, but
smart. Smart.
I mean, I know Cali. I've played for Cali. It's a results business. They were bad. God bless Cam Ward.
You watch film, man.
This is why quarterbacks fail, man. Now, first year of the NFL doesn't matter, and it's a coach.
Well, I just not totally. like I say, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still get good experience. But in the sense of now he's going to have to start over with a new offense in year 2, yeah. Like, everything he has learned up until now is not going to matter because he's changing systems because he has to, because the system he's been learning is doo-doo.
Everything will be about Cam Ward. Well, they got to get a lot more talent on this roster. But it'll be all about Cam Ward. The next hire will be all about Cam Ward.
AJ Callahan was 4-19 as a head coach with the Tennessee Titans, and obviously, if he won the next 15, he'd be at 500. That seems like a little bit of a tall task. Is that what the Titans are? Go ahead, Dano.
No, let my brain think for a second of coaching replacements.
Okay,
I can't wait to see what Dano, you go through the list in your head.
I like
Dano.
Dano.
Going to take the
Dano's
job
good at his job.
I guess, Dan, who do you think they will be targeting here?
That's a good question.
Great question, AJ.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, immediately, this is off the top of my head.
Okay.
I would go Joe Brady, offensive coordinator from Buffalo. He's unbelievably thorough and deep. I don't know, Gruden. I hear Gruden's name constantly.
Gruden, Nashville.
Gruden wants to be back in coaching. Like, I've heard that from multiple people that he desperately wants to be back in coaching.
DC for the Chargers.
Clint Kubiak has been great. Minter from the Chargers defensively. But you got to, with those ones, like, you got to make sure that the offensive coordinator is a stud because everything's going to be about.
I said that on a video I did earlier today. If you hire a defensive-minded head coach, I'm not like against that. But if you hire a defensive-minded head coach, then whoever you hire as the offensive coordinator becomes almost just as important as who you hire as head coach, because that's who's going to be working with Cam Ward. So, I mean, I'm not against hiring a defensive-minded head coach, but now you have 2 hires that you've got to hit a home run with. You've got to hit a home run with the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Cam Ward.
You go first-time head coach.
Hey, Mike McCarthy's out there.
Boom.
Is that what you think?
I mean, I would want to go with an established coach who's been there before.
Yeah, and he.
Again, it goes back to the video I did earlier today, but like, I think the Titans are going to want to go with somebody who's established. I think they're going to go with somebody who's a proven coach. I think after this Brian Callahan disaster, it's risky to go with a Joe Brady or somebody like that has never been a head coach before. I think that's risky because is Joe Brady that good at his job, or is he just benefiting from Josh Allen being unbelievable at his job, you know?
He would look. I assume Cam Ward would be something to get him going. I assume that would be something fired up. Connor was getting upset that you didn't say.
I mean, you suck, dude.
What?
Wake up!
What do you mean?
I need a second to use my brain to get together some coaching candidates. Let me think. I mean, come on.
Well, then AJ gave him enough time to think about it. He didn't think about
I
Coach
needed
McCarthy.
10 seconds. Relax.
It did come out of nowhere. Schefter said it's not going to happen. And then he said, but there's a chance. And it did. So we apologize to Coach Callahan. Obviously, the football world is what it is. You know that as a coach, especially coming up in the family of coaches. Results-oriented business, 4-19, you didn't stink. Okay, and it didn't feel like it was going to get any better. Maybe Nashville finds something that's a better fit for them. And Dano, we can't wait to hear you tonight on the call, brother, as you continue to really brainstorm all the right answers. Use them tonight. Unload on that thing. We can't wait to hear you and Lou and Fowler. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dan Orlovsky.
Did I talk about it more? Or?
I don't feel sorry for coaches getting fired anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
Amen.
Yeah.
49 mil, James Franklin be a professional golfer if he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go home and make
But
a
they're
lot
all
of
getting
money.
paid too.
Yes.
You know, I have some friends that are assistant coaches that have been fired from places, and they're getting paid like $2.5 million for the next 3 years. And they're like, $2.5 million is a pretty good fucking amount of money, bro.
Yeah, they're talking about coaches that still get paid after they get fired. I mean, yeah, like, don't worry about Brian Callahan. He's going to sit home and collect a check from the Titans and do nothing to get it. I don't have anything against any of the names Dano threw out. I think it's interesting that he didn't completely laugh off the John Gruden idea. The reason I lean more toward a Mike McCarthy, even if that wouldn't be my first choice, I think the Titans might want to go with somebody like that again, because after this Brian Callahan disaster, I think they're going to want to go with somebody established. They're going to want to go with somebody that they know has history and can coach. Could be wrong on that, but I just feel like they're going to want somebody with some stability to be the next coach. Let me know. What do you think? Tighten up.